Hello, this is the second part of Lecture 9, Chapter 9. I'm Mamurjan Rahimov. We're talking about reaching international markets, and this slide shows organizational architecture of big companies and small, which consists of structure, culture, functions, processes, and people. So this is how we can imagine a corporation visually. A global organizational structure is when organizational structure should best leverage a firm's resources and core competencies. So, for example, export departments, they are subunits of the marketing department, not present in all firms. Companies also, in order to leverage their core competencies, they establish international divisions which centralize all the responsibility and communications related to international operations. Also, we should familiarize ourselves with international integrated structures. These firms with internationally integrated structures are most likely to engage in direct ownership internationally, right? So, for example, uh, marketing department of such company, it may be responsible for marketing across different nations. Same with operations. There is one story of a shoe factory which had a problem of employees stealing the shoes, and they called consultants to solve this problem. They tried to use high security, and they tried to use cameras and search at the exit, but employees were still stealing shoes. So they came up with a brilliant solution. The company had presence in several countries, so they started making one pair of shoe in one country and the other pair of shoe in another country. So that way they put a full stop on stealing problem at their company. So this is an example of internationally integrated structures. So three most common structures are product division structure, the geographic area structure, and the global matrix structure. Let's talk about the most widespread types of structures. Uh, the form used by most multinational enterprises. So, for example, uh, the structure in Coca-Cola, for example, Sprite marketing or Fanta marketing is global, right? They're responsible. So the people who work in Fanta marketing department or Sprite marketing department, they're responsible for it globally, and they oversee their local licensees as well. It's good for firms that are diversified yet driven by domestic operations. Each unit is self-contained. So, meaning, let's say Sprite, it has all, Sprite team has legal, production, finance, marketing all together, and so does Fanta, right? Because they target different segments across nations. Geographical area structure, good for firms with low diversification, divides the world into logistical areas based on operations and customer characteristics. Um, Global matrix structure it is rare, but it's designed to achieve global integration, cost efficiencies, knowledge transfers, and local responsiveness. So there is a trade-off between customization versus globalization of international marketing mixes. Marketers must realize that similarities and differences exist across all countries. So customization means adapting marketing strategy and marketing mixes according to cultural, regional, and national differences. This is a rather traditional approach to marketing because each region, each subculture is treated as a different segment. When it comes to globalization, the development of a market strategies that treat the entire world as a single entity that entails producing standardized products, promoting campaigns, prices, and distribution channels for all markets. This table outlines some of the most common marketing mix issues internationally, continued on this slide. Now, when it comes to global presence, maintaining a global presence creates 5 opportunities for creating value. Adapt to local market differences, exploit economies of global scale, exploit economies of global scope, mine optimal locations for activities and resources, and finally maximize the transfer of knowledge across different locations. Well, thank you very much for your attention. If there are any questions, I'm available through my email, mamurjanrahimov@webster.edu.